Liv Morgan shares an update after getting attacked by Rhea Ripley on WWE RAW. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley have been embroiled in a fierce rivalry that has kept WWE fans on the edge of their seats, particularly since Morgan's return from injury. Their ongoing feud reached another boiling point on the latest episode of Monday Night Raw, where Ripley once again took matters into her own hands, attacking the Women's World Champion in a dramatic confrontation. But as tensions escalated, it wasn't long before Dominic Mysterio, Morgan's on-screen partner, got involved, attempting to turn the tide in Morgan's favor. The night's chaotic action kicked off when Rhea Ripley entered the ring during a match involving Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Known for her no-nonsense attitude and ruthless aggression, Ripley, also known as the Eradicator, wasted no time going after the two women. She first set her sights on Rodriguez, delivering a series of brutal strikes, before shifting her focus to the current Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan.
If you love your father, then subscribe the channel, and those who love me show your love by liking and subscribing.
Ripley, who has been a dominant force in WWE, appeared to have Morgan cornered. In a swift move, Ripley grabbed the champion, setting her up for her devastating signature move, the Riptide. With the crowd roaring, it seemed as though Ripley would once again assert her dominance over Morgan, further fueling their intense rivalry. However, just as Ripley was about to execute the move, Dominic Mysterio rushed into the ring to intervene. Mysterio, who has often been at Ripley's side as part of the Judgment Day faction, found himself in a precarious situation when Ripley, unfazed by his presence, locked him into her Prism Trap submission hold. Mysterio, who has become infamous for his heelish antics alongside Ripley, suddenly found himself vulnerable and in pain. His attempts to save Morgan had clearly backfired, and for a moment, it appeared that the Judgment Day member would be forced to tap out. However, in a dramatic twist, Raquel Rodriguez came to Mysterio's rescue, pulling him out of the ring before he could suffer more damage at the hands of Ripley. This interference saved Mysterio from further embarrassment and allowed Morgan to recover from the attack. But while Ripley was thwarted this time, her message was clear: she's not done with Liv Morgan, and the feud between these two superstars is far from over. This intense confrontation is just the latest chapter in a rivalry that has been brewing for months. Liv Morgan, who has shown resilience and determination throughout her career, has found herself repeatedly targeted by Ripley, one of WWE's most dominant and physically imposing female competitors. Their clashes have become a regular fixture in WWE programming, with fans eagerly watching to see who will come out on top in their ongoing war. Despite the physical toll of her feud with Ripley, Morgan has continued to show her strength both inside and outside the ring. Following the latest Raw episode, Morgan took to social media to share multiple photos from the show, giving fans a glimpse of her recent battles and offering a peek behind the curtain of her WWE experience. In a series of stylish, monochrome pictures, Morgan posed confidently, showcasing her defiant attitude even after enduring Ripley's attack. Her Instagram post, captioned simply with black and white heart emojis, black heart white heart, reflected her tenacity and resolve. While Ripley may have gotten the upper hand during the latest Raw episode, Morgan's post suggests that she's not backing down anytime soon. Her message was clear: no matter how tough the challenges, Liv Morgan is prepared to fight back. Morgan's resilience has become one of her defining characteristics throughout her WWE career. Fans have watched her rise from an underdog to a champion, and her rivalry with Ripley has only served to highlight her ability to stand up against even the most formidable opponents. Despite Ripley's frequent attacks and attempts to undermine her, Morgan has repeatedly shown that she's capable of going toe-to-toe with one of WWE's most powerful women. The tension between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley is building toward an inevitable showdown. Both women have their sights set on the top of WWE's women's division, and with Ripley's repeated assaults on Morgan, it seems only a matter of time before they face off in the ring once again. With Dominic Mysterio and Raquel Rodriguez also in the mix, the stakes are higher than ever. As fans eagerly await the next chapter in this heated rivalry, one thing is certain: Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley are far from finished with each other. Whether in the ring or through social media, both women continue to make their presence felt, and WWE fans can't wait to see where this storyline goes next. Concerns have been raised about Liv Morgan's upcoming champion versus champion match against Nia Jax at WWE Crown Jewel on November 2nd, where the two will battle for the newly unveiled Crown Jewel title. Women's World Champion Liv Morgan is set to face WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax in what promises to be a highly anticipated encounter. However, wrestling veteran and former WWE employee Jonathan Coachman, commonly known as The Coach, recently expressed concerns about the match. During his appearance on the Behind the Turnbuckle, The Last Word podcast, Coachman voiced his apprehension about the safety of Liv Morgan ahead of her clash with Jax. Speaking candidly, Coachman labeled Nia Jax as dangerous, noting her history of accidentally injuring opponents in the ring. His comments came amid ongoing discussions about Jax's reputation for being a physically dominant yet unpredictable force inside the squared circle. "I'll be honest with you, Tommy," Coachman stated, "I'm afraid she might hurt Liv. Like, accidentally hurt her. She's dangerous. A lot of girls don't want to work with her." The concern raised by Coachman taps into a recurring narrative in WWE surrounding Nia Jax. Known as the Irresistible Force, Jax is undeniably one of the most powerful and imposing figures in WWE's women's division. However, her reputation has been marred by incidents where she has accidentally injured her opponents. This has led to some unease among fans and wrestlers alike when she steps into the ring, particularly against competitors like Liv Morgan, whose high-flying, agile style contrasts starkly with Jax's raw power. As WWE Crown Jewel approaches, the stakes for Morgan couldn't be higher. Not only is she defending her championship, but she also faces the challenge of competing against an opponent as physically overwhelming as Jax. The potential risks involved in such a match have made Coachman's concerns all the more relevant, especially given Morgan's past injuries. Another layer of intrigue surrounds the match, as Tiffany Stratton's Money in the Bank briefcase looms over the contest. The buff Barbie attempted to cash in her contract last week on Raw, targeting Morgan before Dominic Mysterio, a member of the Judgment Day and Liv's on-screen partner, pulled Morgan out of the ring, preventing the cash-in from taking place. Stratton's desire to cash in the contract adds further complexity to the Crown Jewel match. While she has previously attempted to cash in on Morgan, she has also teased the possibility of turning on Nia Jax, her ally, to capture her first ever title on the main roster. Should the champion versus champion match leave either Jax or Morgan vulnerable, Stratton may seize the opportunity to make her mark in WWE by cashing in her contract and securing the Crown Jewel title.